Hi, this is Stephanie from Erin's Adventures. This is our very first video going out and I'm super excited about it. This channel is going to be about camping and being outdoors, taking you along with us, and maybe some tips and tricks for people that want to be outdoors but can't due to different ability types, especially for mobility concerns. Me and Lexi stayed there. It got down to like 25 degrees both nights, and got to meet up with my friend Chad over at UGQ, and he brought a tarp that I had ordered and helped set it up and kind of show me how it works because it got some extra features to it. And I wanted to give people a chance to see the tarp, because when I look online, I couldn't really find anything that shows off like the pole mods or something that wasn't like really old. They have new features available. So I thought, who better to show off the tarp than the man himself. Wanted to make this quick video of kind of how it worked and maybe hop on afterwards to explain a few extra things. So let's get to the video. I am here with Chad from UGQ. He is the man behind this amazing tarp I just got. Chad, you want to talk a little bit about it?
I'm going to talk a lot about it, actually.
Oh, okay.
So this is our WINTERDREAM model. This is a 13-foot, which is the largest length that we make. And as you can see, it's extremely roomy. And this particular model has something that no other model has other than mine, which is the zippers on the end. Of course, the nice UGQ zipper pulls. Make sure you get a close-up on that. With the this model also has the end pole mod and kit. So the end pole mod is basically a small BCD that is sewn onto the guy outs here, and then we make these poles in-house. And these are basically just designed to well, do a lot of cool things. A, make the tarp extremely sturdy, but also for ease of turning this into porch mode or battening down the hatches. What has your experience been like with using this so far, raising and lowering it?
So yeah, I absolutely loved it because when I was trying to get stuff in and out of like setting up for the night, instead of going in and out the sides, I was able to just lift it up completely. Yeah. And move all my stuff in and close it back down. And
it makes a big difference. My first time using tarps, I always had to go in the end and I'm like shimmying around my hammock and I'm like, this is not fun.
Yeah.
So having this to where, you know, like you said, one-handed, being able to just open it right back up, and having these line locks on here to lock everything under tension, makes it extremely easy to use. Yeah. Now, I don't know about you, but ease of use is really important to me. How important is ease of use to you? Great question, Chad.
Yes,
thanks for asking.
Yes. As somebody with some limited mobility issues, it's nice to not have to find a stick or trekking pole to set up the corner. I mean, easily. I have hand issues, and look at, I mean, seriously, how easy if I was in my walker, I could just walk up to it. Just the ease of being able to quickly adjust it if it's windy.
And now you had used a tarp from us before, and you had told me a story recently about you guys went through a tornado.
We got a tarp from y'all. I think what was it called? The Hanger 12?
Yep. Basically the same as this, but without the doors.
Yeah. And we were in the Ozarks, but a tornado came through, and we got hail, and we had a tornado like pass us right by, so we got to go into the caves and watch as the storm goes by. And we come back and look at our tarps because we're thinking everything's gonna be destroyed. Hello.
No, this is great content. Don't even worry about it. Get out of here.
We're thinking everything's gonna be destroyed. Well, my husband had an old ripstop nylon or tarp. It was like a mess. His stuff was wet. I, with my new tarp, was able to stay dry. I had stakes came out, but
just while you're talking, just keep doing what you're doing.
But
see what I did there?
Looked in there. It was being broadsided by the wind. It stayed down. All my stuff was dry. And then my husband had been eyeing my tarp ever since then, so I knew I had to quickly get another one. So yeah, that was a very
better
interesting
one, and now he's going to be eyeing this one.
Yeah, he's gonna keep his paws off it. And actually, we'll share this one. This thing is big enough.
You just need to get him an all black one with nice orange.
Yeah.
Ribbon all the way around it.
Yep.
And you went with all of the pole mod options actually on this tarp.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have a center pole mod on this one, which is basically a single pole that runs through the middle of the tarp. And again, it's just one of those things for more packability. It's a little bit lighter option. And then we also have the external poles back up that would hook into here and go up over the ridgeline and hook over to the other side, and that kind of opens up the whole tarp from the outside. And that's the lightest pole option.
If you want to talk about the doors, how they work, or if you want to just leave
yeah, here, let's cinch this all the way down. Hey, camera boy, over here. Wait till you see who's holding the camera, because he's going to show himself here soon. So what I typically do is I stake out one side of the door, and this allows you to basically take the other side and connect it to it so that it actually holds the whole thing in place with only having to stake one side. And you can zip this all the way to the top, take your bottom zip, open it up, and it won't disconnect at the top, and this becomes your door to get in and out. So when you're in night mode and you're ready to go to sleep for the night,
you don't have to keep connected to this.
And make sure you come and look at how much room is inside of this thing.
Yes, please.
Oh yeah, get all that beautiful.
I should go stand in there, see the room.
Yeah, do it. And of course with tarps, you know, you can pitch them up a lot higher up in the air. You can set them up lower to the ground if you're in heavy rain or storms. And
we're planning on putting 2 hammocks in here at one time. We have plenty of room for it. My dog's pen is in here, and that's a 42-inch pin, and she had no problems with staying under it, especially when the doors are jutted out. She has plenty of room for everything.
And this is also connected to our continuous ridgeline that uses loop aliens, and just a simple micro beaner with a prusik knot to lock everything under tension. So it's a really quick system to deploy. And I don't know if you're using this ridgeline or not, but when you're ready to take it apart, you basically just slide this forward and it releases the tension.
Yeah, it took me a little bit of learning with it because that was a different kind of prusik than what I had been doing. But I actually like that one more, so I've been changing my prusiks to that. So.
All right, now let me see this. So, for those of you that don't know, there's a really famous celebrity here at the event this weekend.
Besides you?
No, I'm not famous.
Oh, okay.
I'm like just a loser. But there is a famous celebrity here. Bam! Who's this guy?
I'm Devin, Backcountry Exposure.
On
YouTube.
The Devin with Backcountry Exposure on YouTube, who is currently at the moment
In Michigan.
well, also you're 3 subscribers away
From 60,000.
from 60,000. So
I could dream of that day.
subscribe to him, and then when you're done subscribing to him, subscribe to her. When you're done subscribing to her, subscribe to me.
I'll put all the links down. I'll put.
No, but seriously, we don't care about you subscribing to us. Just subscribe to her.
I do. I want to thank Chad for showing this off because I am in love with this thing. I've been so excited. So thank you again, Chad. Y'all have been amazing with setting this up, and I mean, I got it personally delivered to Ludington. He helped me set it up completely.
That is a service we are offering for $1 million.
But thanks again, Chad, for showing this off, and so we can get a better look at the wonders of this, all the features this has.
I'm more than anything, I'm honored and excited that this is something that's going to help you in getting outdoors more and being able to do what you need to do more. And genuinely, I feel very honored that I was able to help and be a part of it. So
yeah, I've told him a little bit about how you've, like the letter I wrote you,
which was awesome. My wife and stepmom and everybody was crying. And it was beautiful. So thank you. It was awesome.
Oh, I'm glad.
Bring it in. Glad I could help.
Well, thanks again for doing this, both of you. And like and subscribe.
Be a liker. Be a liker.
I'm going to make you that shirt. I'm going to make a liker shirt. It's going to happen.
Perfect.
All right, thanks.
And we're back. So yeah, that tarp is amazing.
Obviously I only used it for those 2 nights, but it was so nice having all that extra space and then having the ability for the doors to zip up versus having to snap each individual one. Now, remember, he's still working out some kinks, but, and trying to get just the right zippers and stuff for it. But I really loved it at Michigan, and I asked him, and he said he'd be willing to put a zipper in for me. Um, but one thing I wanted to talk about is at the end of it I mentioned a letter that I wrote to Chad, and I'm just gonna give a quick overview of what I was referring to. I started hammock camping when my mental health was declining. I remembered how much I loved being outdoors, and that was kind of taken away from me whenever I got sick. And hammock camping was a way that I could take myself back outdoors and enjoy what I used to love. But because when I had started, I didn't really know what I was doing. Yeah, I looked up YouTube videos and all that, but I didn't really understand what I needed for camping. So I just got what I found on Amazon. I was like, oh, okay, that should work. But come to find, my gear was subpar. Uh, Nothing wrong with cheap gear if it works for you, but because of what I needed, it really wasn't. And I was getting more and more frustrated with my gear, which was causing another dive in my mental health because this was supposed to be this thing that really helped me. It was something that's just for me, where I was kind of just going through the motions of setting up because I said, okay, I'm going to be outside. That's supposed to help. But because I was having so many frustrations, I started putting off or come up with some excuse why I couldn't go out. And to be honest, the only reason why I went to Michigan was because I obligated myself uh, to helping at Michigan. So therefore, as an obligation, I just went. And when Michigan came around, I was cussing my gear out. I was waking up in a bad mood. I was not sleeping more than 2 hours at a time. And this was not in the winter. So it was just because I had no understanding of what my gear was supposed to be able to do. But fortunately, Michigan's main sponsor is UGQ. They were more than helpful in explaining like what is going on with my gear and how my gear should be improved. They weren't trying to sell me something and tell me, oh, you have to buy this thing and this is the only thing that works for you. They were saying, hey, this is what your problems you're having. This is how we think you could fix it, and we might happen to have this product. Chad, Alyssa, all of them over at Tom, all of them over at UGQ that were there were super friendly and helpful with all my questions, even when I repeated myself so many times because it just didn't click in. But because of that experience and then the customizations I saw that they had on their top quilts and their tarps and underquilts, I decided to take the dive and invest in higher quality gear from them. Throughout the buying process online, I would still have tons of questions, even the ones that I already had answered at Michigan, and then I forgot the answers. And but they were more than helpful, as to say, hey, you're wanting to do this, so I suggest doing this. And they weren't saying like buy the most expensive thing, and no, because they were very conscientious of what I needed. So I greatly appreciated that. And I had won a tarp at Michigan, and I knew it needed to be sealed, but I had no idea what I was doing. And they offered to seal it for me. And things like that where I I didn't know the best way to keep up with the gear I was getting, they would give me little tips and tricks and items that would help that I greatly appreciated. I never once wanted to seem like I was taking advantage, or I never once wanted to ask for anything special. But their generosity and understanding was amazing. And because of that, I feel that at Michigan, when I met them, that was a turning point for my hammock camping, which also turned into a turning point for my mental health. So being able to acknowledge, like, it's not all because I'm failing at it, it's because I don't have the right gear for it to fully appreciate the experience of hammock camping and being outdoors. So because of them, I was able to kind of get my life back with hammock camping, and I had several close friends and family that have actually noticed that my happiness seems to have improved since I've been able to comfortably hammock camp. That's a big reason why you'll hear me talk about UGQ a lot. It's not because they're paying me to say anything. It's not because they asked me to say anything. This is how I honestly feel about that company. All of them over there have been so nice. Not just Chad. He just happens to be the one I talk to the most. But all of them have been so nice and so caring. And the genuineness, they're very genuine people. So, because of their effect on my mental health and their help with my hammock journey, is why I brag about them a lot. And not just the fact that they have really good gear. I had a lot of people complimenting my tarp. There's a lot of people with the underground quilts, with their underquilts, and so they know, like, what they know. People that have them know what's what with UGQ. So yeah, I wanted to explain that before I did a little sign off here. So go ahead, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on our next adventure. Bye, guys.